What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Hero number 28 is finally here and available on the PTR. It's not a joke. It is Hammond the hamster, and he's in a giant battle mech. Obviously, this character is very unique in appearance, but it's also very unique in its abilities. There's nothing like it in the game. Hammond, or Wrecking Ball as he's being referred to, is an incredibly high skill floor character and also a very high skill ceiling, meaning you gotta be pretty good to use this character in any level of effectiveness, but the really good players are just gonna do some crazy stuff with it. Also, Blizzard has it as a 3-star difficulty. That's not enough. I would put this as like a 4 or a 5-star difficulty character because there is so much stuff going on. Alright, anyways, let's get into it here, and you can see you are in fact a hamster in a mech. Hammond himself doesn't talk, he just kind of makes these little chirpy noises here and there. However, the mech can talk in a limited way. It has a very limited AI. Jeff Kaplan emphasized that it's not an Omnic, it's just something that allows Hammond to kind of communicate with everything. Now, let's look at the abilities here. So, first of all, his primary attack is called the Quad Cannons, and this is very strong. It's very strong. It's a lot stronger than what Orisa has for hers. It's also a hit scan, it appears to be, and not a projectile. Or if it is a projectile, it's incredibly fast. The trade-off, of course, is that it has a lot less ammo than what Orisa has. So that is definitely going to pack a punch. Now, his first ability is the roll, so you can just roll up in a ball, and you move around a lot faster. And there are also some other things that you can do while you're in this. So there's a grappling hook thing, or it's actually called the grappling claw, and you can use it to lock onto things. And you can pick up momentum and swing around and deal damage, because as you just walk around, or roll around, I guess, with the ball, you don't actually do any damage to anything. However, let's try to do some damage to these guys here. There you go. You just, like, knock them all over the place. But if you hit a wall, then what ends up happening is all your speed goes away. So this is, like, one of those things that it's going to take a crazy amount of practice and skill in order to get good at this. Now, there's another thing that you can do, is if you're in ball form, and you can get up to a higher elevation, you can press your crouch key, and it will send you down into the ground in what's called the Piledriver. As for the distance that you need in order to be off the ground to use the Piledriver, it's not that much. You just have to be a little bit higher than a normal jump. So I can show you over here. You see, I just rolled off. It didn't activate the ability, but I jump off, and there you go. So just like a tiny little bit will allow you to use the Piledriver ability. And let's try to hit some of the enemies with it so I can show you what it does. So as you can see, it has a very large area of effect. And the bot that was standing right here got knocked all the way over and is now stuck on top there. So there's definitely a very large radius on that. Now, the other thing that he has is something called the Adaptive Shield, and this is his main defensive mechanism. And the way that this works is you gain shield depending on how many enemies are nearby. So right now, on the bottom left, you'll see it says 0. So I'm going to use it, and it gives me an extra 100 shielding. Now, watch what happens when I have a whole bunch of enemies around me. As soon as this cools down. So we're going to have, should be like, let's try to get it up to like 3 at least.
Activating shield.
1,000 hit points, guys. That is crazy. So it gave an extra 400 I don't know what this caps out right now, but that is a very, very large amount of bonus health. That is just crazy. So with 3, you get 1,000. The last thing he has is his ultimate, which is called the Minefield, and it was specifically made to be a zoning tool. Most of the tanks in this game do have zoning tools. Basically, it forces enemies out of an area. So this...
Area denied. My turf.
He says, area denied, my turf. So it actually just deploys the mines there, and they stay there for quite a while. So there you go. They stay there for quite a while, and then they end up just kind of fading off. But that's an ability that will allow you to really prevent any of the enemies from going there. However, I think it's actually going to be a little problematic if the enemy team has a Zarya, because then they can just bubble and just deliberately start running into them. But this character has a crazy, crazy amount of damage potential, and like that is just crazy, man. The design of this is just all kinds of weird. It's not really a tank in the same style of like Reinhardt or Orisa. Instead, it's, you know, more of a tank in the style of Zarya and Roadhog. Your emphasis is going to be on attacking, or I guess even D.Va as well. Your emphasis is going to be attacking, getting towards the enemy, and because you have such the ridiculous adaptive shield here, like, you're going to be able to survive in a lot of situations where other characters would just get absolutely obliterated. So this character looks like it's going to be a ton of fun, but it's also going to be really, really difficult to actually master this, so... Get wrecked! Alright, so some of the voice lines are pretty cool as well. That is Hammond. It's available on the PTR. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links for that stuff are down below. And remember, always, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.